weekend, isn't it, Jordyn?
It is.
It is the weekend, hoping people are feeling adventurous and go-gettery, or hella restery. Is that the opposite of go-getter? We're gonna say yes.
We're gonna go out there. We're gonna get it.
We're gonna get it, but
get
also
it,
we're also gonna rest because I think we both said we took naps today.
Yes,
we took hella naps today.
Right after eating breakfast. Yes.
It's a great way to do a Saturday for sure. But when we are go-gettering, I know for me, one of the biggest things that holds me back is fear. Fear is just what a trip. I hate fear.
It's a life suck.
Yes, a life suck for sure. But I asked my friend Jordyn, who's one of the bravest people I know, how she has done a lot of the scary things in her life. So she's going to share with us 3 hacks to #DoItScared. But first, let me introduce my friend Jordyn to you. So Jordyn is from Michigan. She is she was chosen to be the Young Alumni Award recipient for, is it Michigan State? Michigan State.
Don't say University of
Not the University of Michigan. Michigan State. She works at Apple on the accessibility team.
Yep.
And she freaking kills it. She was one of the presenters for
WWDC?
I don't know that acronym, but apparently it had like 28 million people watch it. So she's famous, and I can't believe that I get to do life with her. But she has accomplished so many great things in her life, and I feel like those small things I mentioned just scratch the surface of the kind of person and the things that she's accomplished. But is there anything else you'd like to introduce about yourself?
Yeah, we're going to break the ice. We're going to break it in. I'm totally blind. I've been blind since birth. And so basically what I do at Apple is work on experiences, work on our products and the aspects of our products for people with disabilities. So that it's been really fun. I've enjoyed it. I've been doing it for almost 5 years now. I'm a cat mom.
She loves to bake.
I love to bake. I am famous for my Oreo cheesecake. And I love to read. I love to be with friends.
Hello.
And
you're also an advocate for the National Federation of the Blind. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. I really love to advocate on behalf of my fellow blind people, and the NFB is the largest organization of blind people in the world. So it's like one big, happy, loving family.
I love it. So good.
We advocate for each other and stand up for each other and really push each other to be the best versions of ourselves. And that's all you can ask for in a friend, you know?
I dig it. Well, thank you for showing up in that way. Thank you for showing up with us here today. But
I'm excited. This is my first Instagram Live.
First Instagram
Hello,
Live.
Instagram Live.
They love you. They really do. Okay, so what is our first hack to do with #scared?
So the first thing that I really like to do is allow myself to be curious. So, you know, in these times, one of the things that I've allowed myself to do is be curious about the racial injustices going on in America. And, you know, as a fully white person, you know, I've wanted to educate myself. I've wanted to gain that knowledge of how this all went down. So really, you know, it's a hard topic to talk about. It's a hard topic to educate yourself on, but really just allowing yourself to be curious and allowing yourself to take those steps into things that you don't feel as comfortable with, things that might not be in your wheelhouse. So this can also apply to your career. When I was first starting out, I was so scared about even going to talk to somebody at Apple in the first place. And I went to a conference and I saw Apple there, and I had to push myself. I said, you gotta go do this right now or you're gonna miss out on this opportunity. And so it's all about really just pushing yourself into areas where you don't feel comfortable, and allowing yourself to feel that feeling of being uncomfortable so that you can learn and grow.
That's so good, because I know when I get scared, I want to run away. But instead, you're telling us to lean forward, to be curious about it, and to take those steps.
Yeah, lean forward, lean in, be curious. Because I've wanted to run away too. It's hard, it's scary, and the unknown is always scary. But I find that when I really lean in and really learn, that's when I grow the most.
So good. Okay, so be curious. What is our second hack?
Our second hack is really allowing ourselves to fulfill our passions. So, I'm jumping the gun. Our second hack
It's the beauty of life,
It's the
people.
beauty of life. We're jumping the gun, but our second hack is giving it the effort. When you are curious, now you know the third one. The third and final one is the most important. Sorry, IG. Is really allowing ourselves to give what we're leaning into the effort that it requires. So, for example, I am learning piano. And when I first started, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be good enough at this. This is going to be awful. I'm going to just, it's going to be too hard. And so I started not practicing as much as I should, which resulted in not as good of a piano playing as I would like to right now. And so really giving your passions the room and the effort that they require. And knowing that you are more than your work, you are more than your main job, that you need to allow yourself to live and allow yourself to experience life. And I think that's where I find the most fulfillment, is when I'm allowing myself enough space and enough time to experience the things that make me joy. So baking, for example, getting the ingredients and giving yourself enough time to really enjoy it, to really lean into it, to get your hands dirty, metaphorically and, literally.
Literally, yeah.
And just letting yourself be in that moment and experience it, and not rushing to the next thing, not being like, I have to practice piano so that I can go on and get on and do this and do this and do this, or I have to make these things because then I have to get back to work. Really allowing yourself to sit with what you're doing.
I dig that, yeah. Giving yourself the space to go for it. And not, so then it's being curious, like taking that first step to do it, but like not backing out after a day or something, really giving yourself the time to do that. And I love that you were saying it's not, even though you've accomplished so many things in your career, to also give yourself space, like in your personal life too, right? Like piano is like your own personal enjoyment.
Absolutely. And reading and just whatever you enjoy.
I love that. Which I guess transitions into our third point, which they already know.
Which is?
Is it like making time for your passions?
Making time for your passions and feeling your passions and really following them. So with me, I've been talking about baking quite a bit. And I think there's more than just fueling your passions in this one, but allowing yourself to fail and allowing yourself to get back up and learn from your mistakes. So I was telling you about my lemon bars, and I learned, even though the recipe didn't say that you had to cover your pan with parchment foil or parchment paper, that doing that would make my lemon bars not get stuck to the bottom of the pan. They were still so yummy, but you got to allow yourself to fail and experience these things that don't go quite as planned. Yeah. Because then they allow you to think of like creative solutions and just how to get yourself out of that solution and how to, still enjoy what you've created, because you create your passions with love and with interest and you put your heart into it. So you want to allow yourself to grow and to learn from the things that don't go quite as planned.
I guess it's a journey of following your passions is failing and messing up with it too.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the thing that holds me back when I am scared. But that's a really encouraging to hear all that you have accomplished in your life and in your personal life and in your career, that we're gonna fail.
We're gonna fail.
So just try it scared. See what happens.
You're going to be scared because we're not perfect. We're not. We're going to mess things up. We're going to. So the way that I've been thinking about life lately is we've got to try. We've got to try. We've got to have no regrets. And we've got to, give it our all. And in the end, I want to know that I've done the best that I can do. That I've loved people in the best way that I know how. That I've created space. That I've put my best foot forward.
That's
and
so
that
fun.
I've left this world and made it a better place than it was before I came here.
So good. And I think in light of a lot of the social unrest in the world too, I think that's a perfect segue. Because for me, I don't feel, naturally I just want to hold back because I feel like I will mess up in this anti-racism work. But I don't think we need one person doing anti-racism well. We need millions and billions of us doing it imperfectly, but trying.
Yeah, and I can say, one of the things that I've learned, and one of the things that, I don't experience this in terms of race, and I'm not comparing experiences by any means, because it's not the same. But I know that the biggest part of being an ally is showing up and listening. And I know that helps me feel validated as someone who's blind. And I've been doing a lot of workshops as of late. And that's one of the things that has come up again and again, is just showing up, being there, and listening. And giving your friends the space that they need to be heard and to feel validated. And letting them share their stories. This is about Black people. This is about Black injustice. And this is their time to share their stories, to educate us, to show us, and just it's up to us to be there. And I don't think it's necessarily their job to educate us, but I think in going through all these things that we're going through, we would be silly to not take something away from this and learn from this and grow from this.
Totally. That is a great point of being an ally, is showing up and listening well. And I think you do that really well in your life. Thank you so much for sharing these things with us, Jordyn. We're gonna. This got really serious.
This got very serious.
But
let's do something not so serious.
Yes, we're gonna do rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Bring it.
What's your favorite boba tea flavor?
I just like the regular jellies. I don't think I've ever tried flavored boba.
Okay, no, but like bubble, the tea.
Oh, the tea.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the little jellies. The tea, I like strawberry milk tea or passion fruit tea.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, favorite podcast right now?
I really enjoy Getting Curious with Jonathan Van Ness. And I also really love my brother, The Adventure Zone. I was gonna say my brother and me, but it's called The Adventure Zone, and it's a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Because guys, Instagram, I am a nerd at heart.
I love it. Okay, final thing is favorite thing about San Francisco.
I love the diversity. I love all the different languages, all the different cultures, different orientations, different genders, different disabilities. It's like, I read an article that said San Francisco is like the melting pot of misfit toys. And that has always stuck with me, because that's really how I feel about San Francisco, is that we all love so well because so many people here have experienced, being an outcast. And so we love well, we love hard, we accept people for who they are, and the city just has so much to offer, and I love the food. I love the food.
So good. Okay, that was it, Jordyn. Thanks so much for sharing. Yeah, good wave. Keep the wave going for a long time.
Keep the wave going.